How's it going, YouTube? Hydrax here, and in today's second video of today, I should say, we'll be breaking down Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku, and then we have Majuub here as the second unit. Obviously, we saw that his release was leaked up on, well, not leaked, it was hinted to at the V-Jump scans that were available quite a while ago. But let's break these units down and see how well these units are built. Because this GT Goku being Sun Family, as you can see, he's a Sun Family unit, can definitely translate to a lot of trouble. Hopefully he's not too crazy, but then again, hopefully he's a little bit good, because GT does need some decent blue options right now. As you can see, I have him at 7 stars. I don't want to push him up to 14 stars because the player base, as you guys know, if you summon very sparingly on this unit, you're not going to get him up to 14 stars unless you go crazy. I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but I wouldn't really recommend. And considering that this banner is an all-star banner, let me just bring it up right here. Considering that it is an all-star banner, you are going to get the missions to limit break them, maybe to 6 stars, maybe 7 stars, and then you can see whether or not you want to push further in terms of how you want to how many stars you want to get him at. But this is his stat spread right here: 214k strike, 202k blast damage, 142k and 147k. Pretty average stats if you ask me for 7 stars. I'm assuming they didn't want to make him too heavily offensive, considering that his teams are quite heavily built in terms of offenses. But let's look at his main ability. Does it hurt? Draw the ultimate arts card, Super Dragon Flash, next. Restores on health by 20 and ki by 30. Definitely a good main ability. 40% damage inflicted 15 timer counts. A bit on the low side for 15 timer counts, but that's okay. Reduces damage received by 20% for 15 timer counts. I'm assuming that this is why this restriction here is why instead of a time transformation unit, he's just straight up Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku. But still a very good main ability. You get an ult, you get health, you get ki. Very good. The only I would have made this maybe about 20 counts. 20 counts would have been sufficient, but this is perfectly fine with what he has. Okay, let's go with his unique ability. High Speed Fist applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 20% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, cannot be stacked. Plus 50% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 40% for 10 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. Increases own card arts draw speed by 2 levels for 10 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. Okay, this is kind of crazy. I just want to make sure he is a melee type, right? Yeah, so he's getting 70%. Okay, this now makes sense why they didn't push it to 20 timer counts. I mean to 20 timer counts. He's getting 70% damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when he's coming in. Pop your main, and then you're getting what, 110% increased damage for that first 10 timer counts. Then it'll fall away for 5 timer counts. You get 60% increased damage, and then you have level 2 arts card draw speed. If this guy got ki on swap in or ki from anything, he's gonna be crazy good, because 10 timer counts with level 2 card draw speed is more than enough. That's practically how long you're going to keep him out there anyways, because of the swapping and vanish restore, unless you manage to restore your vanish gauge and just stick out there for longer. But I'd probably recommend you guys swap him out, because taking advantage of this, and considering that it's a non-stackable buff, but it's infinite, meaning that you can it applies every time he enters the battlefield. It's definitely going to make this guy a very big problem. He's going to be very good. I don't understand why they didn't make him and Oob the anniversary units, because they seem, well, he seems a lot better than Aishanra in my opinion with what he does. Okay, but let's go to the second unique. Overflowing Superpower applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. 15% damage increase for 5 timer counts, 40% ki recovery, and -3 to both arts costs for 5 timer counts. Okay, this guy is going to be a wrecking ball. He's going to be a He's basically going to be a hit and run unit. You're going to want to swap him in. You're going to want to do like maybe 3-4 cards of damage, then swap him back out, because then he resets his time accounts, gets all his uniques here back with the 50% increase in damage and the level 2 card draw. Alternatively, you could run him as a Sun family unit with a support Vegeta, or a Saiyan unit with the support Vegeta. I can see that happening if you don't have Namek Goku Zenkai 7, or if you don't have any of the blue Zenkai Gokus Zenkai'd up. This guy is a very decent option. I'm unsure whether or not he's going to be crazy good at tanking. He does get 40% increase to damage reduction for 10 time accounts, which is more than enough, I suppose. But the fact that he's green also means that he's competing with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Green Fat Buu, Android 21, Super 17. So we'll have to see whether this 40% is going to be enough, but it does seem like his kit is very well thought out, very short, very concise. A lot of uncancelable buffs, a lot of non-stackable buffs in terms of inflicted damage here when he swaps in, but very good build kit, very good. Okay, let's go to the super move. Super Kamehameha deals major impact damage plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 time accounts upon activation. Shortens allied substitution counts by 3 on hit. Okay, this is very good, can be very clutch sometimes. The fact that it's not upon activation, where he reduces substitution counts for allies, is a bit of a letdown, but honestly, with how his kit is built, this is not really that big of a deal. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's not really a big deal. But regardless, still a very strong move, getting 30% extra damage when you activate it. So he's going to be hitting a little bit harder than what it's supposed to. Okay, his green card is called Shadow Blast. Restores own key by 20 upon activation. The following effects occur on hit: shortens ally substitution counts by 3, destroy all of your own cards, and randomly draws 4 new ones. Okay, this is a very powerful ability. If you have 0 cards in your hand, but you have key and then you use this, you basically get a free hand reload, and you can combo into anything, which is nice. Unfortunately, you only get 20 key upon activating this, so if you are low on key and you do get this off, you're most likely only gonna get like 1 card off. But it's still a good green card to start a combo and maybe chain into your main ability, which has the ult. So you activate this, you use a strike card because of the 19 key cost for strike cards, then maybe you activate your main, then use the ultimate here. Okay, let's look at the ultimate. Super Dragon Fist. I'm so used to saying Super Dragon and then Fist afterwards. Super Dragon Flash deals massive impact damage, 40% ultimate inflicted for 3 time accounts per activation. Shortens ally substitution counts on hit. Okay, I see a lot of sub count reduction here in this kit. There's one here, there's another one on the green card, and then there's another one on the blue card. So basically all of his unique card animations, such as the blue, green, and the ultimate, all of which provide substitution counts down, they're all going to be working quite nicely. Honestly, I don't see a lot of these being active for very often. If he's running on GT specifically, you're probably going to want to get the green card off with the SSJ3 Goku because of the increased card draw speed. Although and then there's also Gogeta. Gogeta also needs green cards for his combo ability, similar to how this Goku has his. So I don't really see the green card being effectively used often in certain situations. Most people will just save it for them. But regardless, he still has the options to reduce sub count. This is very big. I feel like 9 times out of 10 people are gonna land this move, so you could definitely getting a good ability here. Plus 40% damage inflicted upon activating it, which is nice. Okay, I'm not gonna look at Tournament of Power. This is kind of irrelevant for now. Okay, his Z ability is GT and Son Family, as I expected when I knew this unit was coming. 35% to GT, tag Son Family, strike, attack, and defense, and then 80% to characters that are both these tags, blast attack. Okay, Okay, he seems like a very balanced unit. I'm not gonna knock it to him. He's pretty good. I feel like he's gonna be really busted though, especially against red units. But he's still pretty decent nonetheless. Should you summon for him? That'll depend on whether or not you want him for GT, if that's your main team or not, or if you want him for Sun Family because you need a blue unit. But let's go on to Majuub. Let's see what Majuub looks like. 2.16 million health, 211k strike, 212. Very balanced stat spread here, except for his blast defense, which is quite high. He is a range type. He's a yellow unit. He's a fusion warrior, which is very interesting. Oh, he's merging warrior and fusion. Okay, I would have assumed they would just give him merging, but regardless, it's still pretty good. Okay, main ability. You won't be rid of me until you're dead. Draw the ultimate arts card. Cyclone Stream next. Restores ally health by 15, which is good, and ki by 40, which is extremely good. 40% to blast damage inflicted for 20 time accounts. Very good. Increases own arts draw speed by 2 levels for 10 time accounts. Okay, this portion here is not that important, but everything up here is very good. I'm kind of disappointed that they limited it to blast damage. Maybe it's just the way his kit's gonna work, but still a very solid main ability. Restoring health and ki by 40 is a very good ability. Okay, unique ability number 1, Fateful Fusion. 15% to damage inflicted by allies when battle starts, cannot be cancelled. Okay, so this is a support ability, so everybody's getting 15% extra damage. Applies the following effects. This is similar to the Transforming Kid Goten. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 40. That's a big deal. That's a very, very big chunk of ki. 70% damage inflicted. Reduces damage received by 30%. Draws a special arts card next. Activates once. So he's getting a green card the first time he swaps in. He's probably his barrier that we saw in the V-Jump scans that he has. Yeah, very solid kid. 40 ki, 70% damage inflicted. You can definitely be chaining quite nicely with him. And the fact that he gives allies ki as well, which is a nice support buff, very good. Latent Margin Power is the second ability here. Seals enemy strike cards when changing cover. The sealed arts cards cannot be used for 3 time accounts. Okay, this is a very good ability if when this guy swaps in to tank damage. This in conjunction with this restores ally health by 15% is a very good ability. Honestly, 30% damage reduction down, sealing strike cards, you're gonna shut combos down very quickly when using him, because they're gonna be sealed for 3 time accounts. You know what Fat Poo does. Zenkai Fat Poo locks strike cards when he enters the battlefield. So he's getting that ability here on his second unique, and then applies the following effects every time every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. So this is Super Vegeto's not main ability, unique here from year 1. Strike arts card increased 30% chance for next strike arts card to inflict enemy with paralysis, so 30% chance to inflict paralysis with strike cards. Blast arts is -3%, not 3%, -3 to blast arts cost for special arts card. Reduces next damage received by 25%, cannot be stacked, applies until enemy combo is finished, plus 25% special move inflicted 15 time accounts. And he has endurance, which is that's actually a very good for GT. GT needed another endurance unit. The only other endurance unit they had was Shinsenran, but this is Super Vegeto's entire passive here. Maybe an adjusted state, because he is getting instead of damage, he's getting a chance to inflict paralysis. -3 to blast arts cost for 15 time accounts, and then he reduces his damage received when he draws a green card. Blue card's getting extra 25% special move damage, and he has endurance, which is nice. Okay, let's see. Special move Margin Beam can be taught, which is nice. Deals massive impact damage, cancels attribute upgrades on hit for enemies. So it activates twice, which is pretty nice. No increased damage there, but that's okay. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draws 1 new card. Restores ki by 50% to next arts card damage inflicted. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover, so nullifies cover changes for 3 timer counts, and then you can combo into everything. Okay, this must be the barrier that we saw, unless he has a cover change. I mean, we would have seen that. So this is the barrier type move that we saw. If you land this, you're getting 1 card off that's doing 50% extra damage, and then when you draw that card, let's say it's a strike card, you have the chance to paralyze him, or if it's a blast card, you're getting blast card down. Very good unit so far from what I saw in his kit. His ultimate skill is Cyclone Stream, deals massive impact damage, applies one effects upon activation, 30% damage inflicted. Okay, generic stuff. Applies attribute upgrade, minus 50% to sustain damage cut for 3 timer counts, pretty good. So it's about 80% extra damage right here. Applies the following effects to all enemies on hit, reduces keep by 70, inflicts attribute downgrade minus 80% to health restoration for 40 counts. Okay, this can be pretty strong, especially against regen. I don't really see it being really that used often. I don't think many teams really heal that much outside of regen, maybe Son Family with the swap-ins. But still, if you do manage to land this, it affects all enemies and reduces their keep by 70, so they can't immediately retaliate, which is nice. I'm not going to look at Tournament of Power abilities yet. The mode needs to be updated a little bit more first. Okay, for Z ability, he's buffing Fusion Warriors first, which is very... I'm actually surprised. Okay, so he's buffing both Fusion Warriors and then GT. And then GT is getting extra buffs. So strike and blast attack, and then 18% to strike defense. This kid is actually pretty busted, actually. He's going to be very good. At high stars, 14 stars, he's going to be extremely good. But let's look at his banner. His banner is an all-star banner, which is unfortunate because... actually, yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate because you don't ever get a guarantee on whether or not you're going to pull the unit, because there are quite a few units here that are featured all the way up from launch. You got the 3 Zenkais here for GT, you got Super Baby, both Baby I should say. Then you got Yamcha, then the whole Metal Cooler movie. And then you got Angel Vegeta, and then DBS Final Form Frieza. Goku is making an appearance, which is quite nice. That's very early. His banner is still up right now. But the main featured units are here, 1% each, 1% each. And then you have the other 4 here that you're gonna get probably. But the one good thing is that it is a guaranteed consecutive summon character. You get a sparking character with each multi. So if you do the multis, you're getting a guaranteed sparking summon. So apart from that, if you do pull the unit, you get these missions up here, limited time limited missions. So if you pull 1 copy, you can just pay 2000 CC, get some multi-Z power for specific units like these guys, and then you get generic attribute based multi-Z powers, which you can use to buff the units. But anyways guys, hope you enjoyed today's second video. Hopefully the breakdown helped you decide what you want to do with this banner. I would definitely recommend maybe taking 1000, 2000 and throwing it at this banner, hopefully picking up Kid Goku here or Majuub. Majuub seems like he's going to be a very annoying unit to deal with his endurance. He's going to be very strong. He's going to really buff the GT tag. Fusion Warriors, I'm not sure about that. Probably could slot him on there quite nicely because of his endurance. But if you do have a Legends Limited Gogeta Blue at a high star count, I don't really see him replacing him yet in that setup on Fusions. But anyways guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. My name is Hydrax, and I'll catch you all later.